Let's play! Hi guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Analogue, a hate story. In the last part, we got through the super craziness of the nuclear meltdown, and in this part, we're gonna read the questions given to us by Mute, who sadly passed away in the horrible accident because of the switching of the cores and stuff. Wait, maybe I can actually save her now. Now that we're running less power, I might be able to. Let's check. Let's use the override terminal. How do I even do this again? We want to go... oh god, what do I do? Power control, isn't it? Is it power control? No, action, power control. Okay, so power control list. 19%. Yeah, we can't because the way... See, core 1, well, if we... Wait, if we... Power control disable core 2. No, okay, I'm worried that won't work. Well, I guess I saved, I can try. Power control disable core 2. Yes. Okay, so power control enable core 1. And how do I re-equip the AI? I want to go enable AI mute. Oh crap, yeah, she's dead. Okay. Power control disable core 1. Yes, I know. Power control enable core 2. Okay, now we want to go enable AI Hyun A. Yeah, we can't really... I don't know how to do that. There is a way to get them both, and I have no clue how, because I am not good with the whole puzzle thing. So we got these questions from Mute, which we haven't asked Hyuna yet. Let's ask her these questions. First one is, how are you? What is this? You talked to Mute? I don't know what she told you, but you really shouldn't listen to her. All she ever did was gossip, and I'm certain she hasn't changed a bit since back then. Please, don't trust her. She just spins everything to make everyone look bad, no matter what. Please, promise? Okay, I promise. Thank you. I really appreciate that. At least you gave me a fair chance. Well, if you show me one of her questions, I'll tell you the truth. But I don't think it's what she'll expect. Well, okay. First question, so that was the first question. We'll go, how are you? Well, to be honest, nervous. I'm really nervous. It's just, you're the first person I've talked to in so long. I'm really happy about that. But, well, I'm exposing a lot. I know you promised to trust me and all, so thanks. It's just, this is all really new to me. But it's good. I'm glad. I wouldn't be so nervous if I wasn't happy you were there to listen. Oh, she likes us. Well, I mean, that's explicitly obvious, but how do you feel about me? Well, there's a tough question. I mean, you seem like a really good person. I think I could call you a friend. You seem to be a really good listener. I like that. Does that answer your question? No, I want to know what you feel about me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd explain better if I could. Are you upset? No, I'm fine. Oh, okay, good. Just checking. Sorry, I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong here. I wish I could know. I guess whatever your question is, it's just gonna have to go unanswered. Sorry. Oh. Well, okay then. Why don't you treat me with more respect? I'm not gonna do that because I'm not mean, so I'm not actually gonna ask that question, because I think that one takes away points from the like counter, if you will. So we'll do, what do you really look like? Well, about a few thousand lines of assembly code, a few gigabytes of memories, I suppose, sitting in a hard drive somewhere. I don't really know what that looks like. Oh, I guess you actually meant before I died, didn't you? Well, I was 13 years old when I woke up, and I'm 16 when I died. So, well, I looked younger, but I wasn't really all that different, just shorter. And I guess, smaller in other places too. Everyone always did say I was pretty though, even when I was really younger. So just, I guess, picture a shorter version of me without glasses, with with my hair in some dumb braid and a handbok, and that's pretty much it. I never really got to dress up the way I wanted to. This is the first time I've been able to wear my school uniform since I was 13, before I got put into stasis. How silly is that, being excited about wearing a uniform? And I mean, you know how much I was into cosplay. I never really had the chance for that when I was alive. Why do you even ask me this? What are you thinking? I think you look good. Well, thank you. Anyway, we should get back to more serious stuff, don't you think? Oh, well, I mean, this is pretty serious stuff if you ask me. Question 5. How old are you? Isn't that the one question you're never supposed to ask a woman? Geez, so rude. Well, I was born in the year 2415, then I was put into stasis for I don't know how long. Then I lived for another 3 years and died about 622 years ago at the age of 16. So, you tell me how old I am. I don't know. Really, I don't think it matters at this point, does it? Oh, well, I guess not. How do you feel about Mute? Oh boy, here we go. Oh, of course that'd be one of her questions. Well, let's put it this way, I suppose. Does she have anything nice to say about me? No, not really. That's what I thought. Really, I don't know much about her, other than what I've read in other people's logs. She never talked to me, ever. I mean, she wasn't above talking about me, but no, never anything to me. That's all I know about her. She's a gossip, which is ironic considering her name is Mute. I don't even want to speak to her now. Well, I guess you don't really get the chance because, you know, you can't. Why don't you just settle for a happy marriage? Oh, this one might be a little, it's not like I ever thought as a child I would never marry. You tell me though, could you marry someone you've only talked to once? No, I mean, it's not marriage. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be judging me for it. Well, I didn't mean to be mean to you! It's not like it's my fault. We both read the same logs. I wasn't the only person on the ship to be crushed by a horrible marriage. The 2 older Kim sisters. You should read their letters. Here, I'll show you. They had it just as bad. It's really an unfair question to ask. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Did you ever have any friends? I mean, that's a question. After waking up from stasis, I only had one single friend. Oh, 2, I meant, now that you're here. Anyway, before, it was just her. The Queen, my husband's wife, Ryu Jaewa. I wrote about her a lot in my diary. I'll just show you. It's probably better if you read it for yourself. These are from right after I got married. Okay, so, we got some more letters, that's good. Why did you kill all those people? I don't know if I want to give this one, but I mean, let's... Look, there's something you need to understand first. After waking up from stasis, I only ever had one single friend. Oh, 2 now that you're here. Anyway, before it was just her. The Queen, my husband's wife. Yeah, we heard this. These are from right after. Oh, okay, so that will be answered in that part, I guess. Oh, wait, no, well, didn't we... Oh, wow, is this like a glitch? Because it's saying there's a new... Oh, wait, no, because we have to read those letters first before we can do the more questions, right? I was going to say it's a glitch, but it's not. Although, I mean, this one has sort of like the glitches are explained and stuff. So let's read some new stuff we got. In Block 1, we got a letter to Sun-hee from Kim Eun-mi here. So these are the 2 sisters from before. Dear Sun-hee, I wish we'd had more of a chance to talk before I left. I'm sorry it was so sudden. Not my choice, please believe me. It's really weird living in someone else's house. Even just like the place itself, you know? The walls of the house are way smaller. They aren't even separate women's quarters. It's pretty much just a paper divider separating us from the men most of the time. You can see and hear everything. It's so weird. Also, there's a lot more to do around the house. If you thought Mom was strict, wow, Mother-in-law makes her seem positively gentle in comparison. I know I'll just have to get used to it. She kind of scares me. Plus, we don't really have any servants here at all, so I have to handle pretty much all of the chores. I'll try to write regularly though, so long as I can find the time. Mother-in-law keeps me pretty busy during the day with homework, and my husband keeps me pretty busy during the night with other work. It's pretty much chores all day, but I'll try to sneak in another letter soon, alright? With love from your old sister, Yunmi. Let's just show this one. So far, sounds good, right? Things fell apart between them with time, though. Here, see for yourself. Well, that's not good. I don't like falling apart relationships. Those are the worst kind of relationships. Dear Yunmi. So this is Sun Hee replying. I wish you could have found the time sooner, but if you say you're busy, fine, I believe you. Things aren't very interesting at home. Mom's been really busy, and lately, I think she's in a big hurry to get me married. I wish she wasn't. How come you don't have to do interviews until you were 14? Lucky. One of them seems nice though. I think the man's name was O. I talked to his mother about you for a bit. Don't remember what brought it up, but I told her about the dolls you left me. The second interview we did, she brought me one of hers when she was my age, and said I could keep it. The interviews suck, and I think you'd be fine with marrying your son. I mean, if I really have to, or I'd be fine with marrying your son. She sounds better than your stupid mother-in-law. Love, Sun Hee. Dear Yunmi, so I'll reply to that letter. Thanks for being able to come to my wedding, even if it was just for a day. Don't worry about what Mom said about you not having kids yet. You shouldn't take that personally. I was really happy to see you again, since I wasn't sure if I ever would. I love you, big sister. I'm sorry for bothering you with this so soon after we spoke, but I really need you to answer something for me. I don't have anyone else to ask, and I'm really worried about something. It's really embarrassing, but I just have to know. The night I moved in, my husband and I slept together. I'm not ignorant about how that's supposed to work. I know why. Afterwards, my husband said that everything was fine, that I shouldn't worry. But it really hurt a lot. I was crying the whole time, and he injured me so much, and there was blood everywhere. I know I'm not supposed to question him, but that's not normal, right? Should I insist on seeing a doctor? He seems nice besides that, so I just don't understand. What should I do, big sister? Love, Sun Hee. Well, I mean, I have no idea on that sort of area. No, you don't have to see a doctor. I'm sorry to be the bringer of bad news, little sister, but I'm afraid your husband's right. That really isn't normal. Don't worry about freaking out, though. You're a lot younger than I was when I got married, so it's probably even worse for you. I'm so sorry. It gets a little easier after the first time. It's still uncomfortable, though. You just have to endure it. That never changes, I'm sorry. Don't worry about the crying either. Men actually find that to be attractive. No, not really. No. Well, then again, I'm not really... That's not to say I'm not. I'm just digging myself a hole here. So just keep doing it, and you'll probably make him happy. If you're lucky, though, you'll get pregnant quickly and won't have to worry about any of that for months. That aside, though, how have you been? How's your new family? I haven't heard much about them. I keep trying to ask Mom to tell me about your husband, but all I got was that lecture about oh my god, I can't read now. All I got was that lecture about how I was nearly 3 years old when she'd been married for as long as I had. As if I'm not trying. So, do tell me more about him and his family, please, Sun Hee. I'd love to know. With love from your old sister, Yunmi. Yeah, you should finish the rest first. You can see for yourself how things turned out. Oh, okay, will do. Dear Sun Hee, I said in my last letter that I was pregnant, and thanks for the congratulations, but I hope you didn't rush to tell Mom. I'd have to send her the bad news. It was a false alarm, I'm afraid. I bled this month. I hope you're doing better, little sister. Your child is due any day, right? Dear me, I wish I could have written you sooner, but I'm afraid I hadn't had time, what with having a real pregnancy and all to worry about. My mother-in-law insisted that I'd taken the time to write to my family, though, so I just finished a letter to Mom first. Sorry about your false alarm. I did tell Mom. She wasn't very happy to hear it. I'm sure you're not really surprised by that, though. The good news, I gave birth 2 weeks ago. His name is Jian, and she's the cutest little child you'll ever seen. She reminds me a lot of her brother, although she has her father's eyes, really. I really wish you could meet her. I just know you'd think she's absolutely adorable. So, I'm a mother now. I still can't think of myself that way. It's so weird. Right now, she's just so small. She can't even lift her head, but every time I look at her eyes, I wonder how I'm going to be able to raise her. Mother-in-law says I shouldn't worry. It'll come naturally, and she'll be there to help. I guess that's true. I definitely don't know what I'd do without her. At the very least, I sure wouldn't get any sleep. It's just scary, you know? Wasn't it just yesterday that we were playing together in our father's houses? Now it's been nearly 16 years since I was born. I'm a wife and a mother. How did we get so old? I mean, it could be worse. I know that's a good age for both things, and that it's really disappointing that you're older and haven't managed that. I have it good. It's just odd to think about. But I'm not complaining. And oh, when you're a mother, you'll understand why, big sister. I just love her so much. She means everything to me. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. I think Jian is trying to be fed, and mother-in-law can't help with that, so I'll leave there. Take care, sister. Love, Xianhe. Dear Xianhe, well, maybe you could use a little more caution in what you send him on, because it's not like you don't know how annoyed she can get, especially at me. There's a reason you're the only one she actually talks to. I'm trying, you know, but I can only do so much. Congratulations on your daughter. I'm really excited to hear about that. Yeah, it's a shame I can't see her. She seems wonderful. I don't really have much else to say. I just wanted to acknowledge your letter. Things haven't really been worth talking about. My mother-in-law is still a crazy tyrant, and my husband and I are still trying for a son. Nothing new, nothing worth mentioning. I'm glad things are going better for you. With regards, Yunmi. Dear Yunmi from Sunhee. How long has it been since we last rode? Well, let's see. How long has it been? So this is from year... Wow, it's been 4 years. How long has it been since we last rode each other? Feels like it's been forever. I wish you wouldn't be such a stranger. I have a 2-year-old now, Tae-hun. He takes after his father in a lot of ways. He's just started to learn to talk now, much earlier than Ji-in did, no surprise. Ji-in is a real sweetheart. She's reminded me of you. The two of them had fought, so I was scolding them. I told her that I was disappointed, and that I expected better from her as an older sister. I gave her the whole filial responsibility speech, you know, the one Mom always used to give. It's funny, I hated that so much as a kid. I promised myself I'd never guilt my own children that way. Now, I just start to think to myself, well, it worked, didn't it? Anyway, she asked me what it meant to be an older sister. I had trouble with that one. Finally, I said, it means you should be a good role model. Teach your little brother what it means to be responsible by example. Show him. That was a good answer for her, but I thought about it, and it's not a good enough answer for me. Not at all. It's you that I've been thinking of, and, you know, I turned out okay. I wish I could take back what I said and tell Chi and what I'm going to do. You don't have to be perfect. You're not a good role model, but that's fine. I love you anyway, big sister, and always will. Even if everyone is disappointed in you, even if you're not really family anymore, as far as I'm concerned, you're still my big sister. You don't have to be perfect. I love you, period. Please write back, sister, even if you don't have good news to report. I just want to hear how you are. Love, Xianhe. Yeah, that's the last letter, so... There's one more that Yunmi never sent. I'm gonna warn you though, it's really intense. Are you sure you want to read it? Yes! Oh my god, yes. Very well, there you are. It's been added. Don't say I didn't warn you though. So, let's go back to block 1 so you can see here. Letter. Unsent letters to Sunhee, so replying to Yunmi right here. Dear Sunhee, you know what? Fine, I'll tell the truth. False alarm? It wasn't a false alarm. I didn't lie about the bleeding, that was true. But I really was pregnant in time, more than I could let on in my letter. As in morning sickness, giant belly, you could see it. I really was pregnant and bleeding. My husband brought me in the doctor immediately, who asked me all sorts of questions about everything. I was fine, perfect health, no injuries. I told him. So he pulled out his instrument and started listening for my son's heartbeat. And listened. And listened. And listened. It felt like forever that he kept trying. I couldn't understand why he couldn't find something I knew just had to be there. The obvious never occurred to me. He had to explain it. I'm sorry, the doctor said. There's no heartbeat. The fetus is dead. He couldn't do anything about it. It took a week for the actual miscarriage to happen. It was the worst week of my life. It was hellish. You've had 2 children, I'm sure you know. That wonderful feeling what you get when you realize you're with a child, that you know that you're going to have a baby, and you could feel him inside you, and imagine what he's going to look like, and what he'll grow up to be. And that right now he's depending on you more than he ever will to keep him safe. You know the feeling, I'm sure. Just as the day before, I had been so happy. I was finally going to have a child. And I found out I could still feel him dead. but inside me, slooshing around. Oh god, this is horrible. The day before, I thought I was filled with beautiful life, but I was actually filled with death. I would have no son. What I was carrying was just a corpse weighing me down. I thought I'd feel better once I expelled it, but then I saw it. This awful bloody mess that should have been a son. It was awful. So awful. After I saw it, my husband had forced me to wash myself because all I wanted to do was crawl into my bed and die. I didn't get out of bed for a whole month after that, save for a brief hour so I could write to you and tell you that I wasn't pregnant. Eventually, I recovered. I realized it wasn't really my fault. Eventually, we started trying again. After all, what you, Mom, Mother-in-law... Oh god, I completely blanked out. After all, what you, Mom, and Mother-in-law have been implying is right. I've been a lousy wife. After 8 years of marriage, I still hadn't had a child. So we tried again, and I did eventually get pregnant. Then it happened again. That was half a year ago. You're right. I'm not perfect. I'm broken as it gets. The one most important thing in the world for a woman to do, and I can't do it. You've been pregnant twice, and you have now had 2 wonderful children that you love. I've been pregnant twice, and all that's happened is I've killed them both. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why. The doctor says I didn't do anything wrong, but clearly I can't bring life into this world. The only thing I can bring is death, little sister. Today, I overheard my husband talking to mother-in-law about considering taking on a second wife to actually give him a child. He sounded really disappointed in me. I don't know what to do. Kill myself, maybe? Since killing seems to be all I can do. Be better for everyone. Be easier on my husband, and you wouldn't have to worry about me being a disappointment at least. Isn't that it's the only thing I can think of. What else could I possibly do? Next time, folks, we'll see what Hyunei has to say about this on Let's Play Analogue, a Hate Story. See you guys later. Ciao.